Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Maoyuu Maou Yuusha, Episode 1, so definitely stay tuned. But let's dive right in. And again, I'll hold my final thoughts and my rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right in. Now, at the opening of this episode, we're thrown with a lot of information. Obviously, it's a new episode. Now, apparently 15 years have passed within this anime series, such as humans versus demons is the main conflict within this anime series. So, over the course of 15 years, as we know right now, there's been a war between humans and demons. Now, we are in the demon realm, not so much as the human realm that's been pointed out, so this is kind of interesting. Yet, I love the demon realm. It looks really nice, in my opinion. Now, moving on, we find out within this 15 years, like toward the end of 15 years, a hero emerges. Now, we don't know what his name is, but he has 3 companions. Now, apparently, they're going to defeat the Demon King as well as the demon followers. Kind of interesting. I would love to see where this goes. Now, moving on, we find out this hero decides to leave his party or his companions behind to enter the Demon King castle to take out the Demon King. And I'm wondering, what would possess you to leave your friends behind to take something on by yourself? Is there a catch? Why? Are you just that confident? Maybe, I don't know. But again, that's where we open up with. Moving on to a different scene. Now, we're introduced to the hero again. The hero, his name is Yuusha. Finally, we get a name. Yes, his name is Yuusha, and it's within the anime title, so it should be easy to remember. Just putting that out there, but I digress. Moving on. So again, we are taken to this different scene with this hero. His name is Yuusha, and he enters the Demon King castle, and it's kind of like a maze. I'm just putting that out there. It is like a maze, and apparently he's prepared to slay the Demon King when and if he sees this Demon King. And eventually he does find the Demon King. So we are taken to a different scene. Now, this Demon King is not a king at all, in my opinion. It's a woman, an attractive woman with horns, and she's wearing like this red wardrobe. She's got like red everywhere. Very attractive, in my opinion. Now, this Demon King, her name is Mao. Now, Mao is actually the 43rd Demon King, and her title is the Ruby Eyes. Now, again, a Demon King is just a title that's been passed down for generations. It doesn't mean you have to be a man or a woman, you know. Either or, just a title. Now we take to a different scene. Now she wants to prove that she's the Demon King, so she wants to show Yuusha her crest, which is like a tattoo on one of her breasts, and she pulls her breast out. Obviously some of it was censored, and Yuusha just freezes up and he's embarrassed. I'm like, wait, you're the hero, you're here to kill the Demon King, woman or man alike, and you're blushing? Dude, she could have killed you anytime she wanted to just because you paused. Just putting that out there, but again, he blushes and pulls away. So we're taken to a different scene with Mao. And Mao is actually trying to convince Yuusha she means him no harm. At the same time, she does confess her love for him. So she's confessing her love for Yuusha. They just met for the first time, and yet somehow it feels like she's known him for so long. Just putting that out there. Now, Mao also brings up a lot of good points, like who decided demons were bad to begin with? I mean, why do all demons have to be bad? I mean, who decided this? I mean, it is very controversial. I mean, demons really aren't bad. I mean, if they're in their own world, are they considered bad? No, because they're just like humans. You know, you have your own inner conflicts, but she brings up good points. So she's trying to share all this information with Yuusha, including the economic analysis paper she brings up. But Yuusha has no idea what economics is, so I thought this was kind of funny. For a hero, you're pretty stupid, and you're looking pretty pathetic right now, being schooled by the Demon King, which is a super attractive woman, by the way. Sorry, I digress. Again, we do see Yuusha, I guess, attempting to understand where Mao's coming from, and Mao is sharing all this information with Yuusha about the economic analysis of the war between humans and demons. I mean, it does make a lot of sense. So we're taking to a different scene now. This is a lot of information that's been thrown right at us, which I love, by the way. I love all this information. Now, apparently the Central Nations, which is run by humans, obviously, now they're sending the Southern Nations charitable funds and support for the war effort to take out the demons, which, you know, kind of makes sense, you know, because they're under attack usually by demons, but this is just for security. And you're wondering, for security, what does that mean? I'll describe that later on. Trust me, I will definitely get to that. But I will go to a different scene now. So moving on, so we're taking to a different scene with Mao, and she gives Yuusha a lantern which shows him his past, about how he grew up and what was really going on. Like, where was his food coming from? All this like support, the funds from other countries. I mean, so everything is not what it was supposed to be. Like, everything looks different. I mean, you have all these other countries, kings I should say, lying that they're going to take out all these demons. Well, they are taking out the demons, of course, but to get supplies and funds to dig their castle, their kingdom out of the grave. So they're using this war as an excuse to get money to fund their countries to survive. And I'm like, huh. And I thought these guys were the good guys, but you know, I was wrong. I mean, you've got dirty politics, you've got countries siding with each other just because there's a war so they can profit from it. This is definitely not what I thought it was going to be. But again, that was Yuusha's past. He was able to see it through this magical lantern that Mao gave him. Now we're taken to a different scene with Mao, and apparently there's another problem. An interesting problem she does bring to Yuusha's attention. Apparently, food is going to nations lacking it. However, Yuusha's world's agriculture isn't doing so well. In fact, the agricultural growth within Yuusha's world sucks. It's not increasing at all, because they're borrowing stuff from other people just to take out demons, but they're not creating their own agricultural increase, you know, if that makes any sense. But we also find out people, they still are starving and they're still dying because of it, and the only thing that's going to be left are guys and girls, like, you know, men and women within the military with swords, and you're going to have people with swords killing people for food. That's the end result of what's going to happen. So that's what Mao fears is going to end up happening. So we're taken to a different scene with Yuusha, or should I say Yuusha's companions. Now Yuusha's companions, they don't know why Yuusha actually went into the Demon King's castle to begin with by himself. I was kind of in the same position. I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? You're going in by yourself. For what reasons? You have the support. I mean, it looks like they're magic. Looks like you got a magician or like a mage in your group, and like a woman that looks like she's a beast with a sword. I'm just putting that out there. And yet they don't know why Yuusha went off by himself. They don't know what to say. Did he run away? Did he, you know, get cold feet? They don't know. They don't know what to say to other people if they're asked that kind of question. So that's where we're at there. But we are taken to a different scene with Mao. Now Mao, we get to see a little more of her background. Like, she actually touches the same lantern that Yuusha got to touch, and apparently we get to see something like a world or something she's been dreaming of that she'd like to explore more of. It's like a peaceful background. They're in a boat and you see these hills, and apparently Yuusha's had like the same dream, or he feels like he's been here before. And we see Mao basically say she'd like to see what's over the next hill. Would you join me, Yuusha? And it's kind of interesting. I think he wants to say yes. I'm just putting that out there. But we do find out Mao offers Yuusha 50% of the world, so that's half of the world, if he'll join her. And yeah, it sounds like a typical Demon King versus hero type of scenario where the good guy's being bribed to join the dark side. And you know, apparently Mao knew he was going to say no to begin with, so instead, after he says no, she offers herself to him. And I was like, wow, she's willing to do that? Now, she's not surrendering, because if she were to surrender, nothing would change. Another Demon King would take her place, and, you know, the kings that are on the human side would just not believe this, and, you know, just push this aside, try to hide it, so they could stay in power with all this funding, all this money that's going to them because of the war efforts. So it makes sense. It does. So now they have this whole quest they might be doing together. And I know it doesn't make sense right now because it's the first episode, but it kind of snaps. Yuusha says yes. He's going to take Mao. I don't know what he meant by that, but she's not surrendering. I think they're going to be married or grouped together to find out a better route to figure this out. So the end of the war is another way she wants to, that's her next goal. So Mao wants to end this war her own way instead of surrendering or getting captured. You know, there's got to be a third option. And Yuusha's that third option, and he says yes. So Yuusha accepts Mao's offer. Now, I don't really know what that entails. It looks like she meant husband and wife type of appeal. I think that's what she was going for, because she says she's not physically attractive or whatnot. She's just an early bloomer. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're double D, an amazing body. Wow. That's all I can say. And yet you're saying you got flabby arms. Like, woman, you've got problems, but hey, this is where we're at right now. So we're taken to a different scene after Yuusha accepts her offer, and apparently they touch the lantern a third time, which I thought was kind of funny, and it takes them to, I guess, Mao's past, where she's kissing a dummy of Yuusha. She's practicing kissing him, and it's a funny scene, and he's like, oh my god, you were serious, you really do love me. It's like, yep, I didn't see anything. And, you know, she's embarrassed, of course, so they're taken back to the present. And she's like, okay, well, I better get ready. You know, we're going to have some food, a banquet for this quest. So she takes her ears off, or should I say her horns, her Demon King horns. I'm like, what? I thought you were a Demon King. Like, those are optional? And again, that's where the episode ends. Final thoughts? Mao, you're one hell of a Demon King. Usually it's a male, you know, a guy that's a king, but, you know, I'm glad it was a woman because, wow, you're attractive. I love everything about you, including your characteristics. I can't wait to see more. Can you do magic? We don't know. I figure Demon King means you probably have magic or connections or something. I don't know. But I can't wait to see more. As for Yuusha, all I can say is, dude, I can see your the chivalry thing going on there. You know, you're very uptight around women. You're very, you know, you want to back away and you're respecting them. But she just offered to practically marry you. She threw herself on you, and you just lost your composure instead of being hands-on. I mean, you literally had no idea she was actually that good. I can understand that. But still, snap out of it, man. She's just that into you. Deal with it. And I'll throw in one more final thought. As for Yuusha's companions, I don't know how they're going to take this good or bad news that he's joining Mao and Mao's joining him. Are they going to take the defensive? I don't really know, but I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Just putting that out there. And that is it for my final thoughts. As per my rating, 4.5 out of 5. You know why? This is, I know, I was shocked. I said 4.5 out of 5. Are you nuts? It's just the first episode. I love the theme of this kind of anime. I mean, the Demon King turns on her own kind, per se, and joins the hero who turns on his kind. What's not to like about that? That's different. I like that. It's going into a different way altogether. I can't wait to see where this is going to go. As for emotion, yeah, there was emotion. She's in love with him. What's not to see? That's the emotion. Was there any fighting? No. Okay, no, there wasn't any fighting in this episode, but it's episode 1, so deal with it. There was no fighting. So yeah, I'm giving it a strong 4.5 out of 5 because it made a damn good impression. I mean, if it makes that good of an impression for me, I'm going to be hooked on this. Literally, I'm going to be hooked. This is my crack, man. This is my drug. This kind of anime. Can't wait to see where it's going. And again, a lot of information was thrown at us. Not a lot, but you know, enough for me to get hooked onto this anime series. I should give this a 4 out of 5, but you know what? I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5. So deal with it, baby. 4.5 out of 5, final rating. And again, that ends it for my walkthrough review of Maoyuu Maou Yuusha Episode 1. And again, guys, comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, definitely subscribe, let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode coming out. And definitely check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. And again, guys, check my forum out, sign up for my forum, check my website out, let me know what you think of those as well. But guys, I gotta hit the bricks and I gotta go. I said I had at least 2 more walkthroughs and reviews to do today. I might just have 1. I kind of had a change of heart, so definitely stay tuned at least for 1 of my 2 walkthroughs and reviews I have to do today or tomorrow. But again, guys, I gotta hit the bricks. I gotta get out of here. So before I go, I gotta say it, and I always say it, you can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.